Girl, it's March.
What?
I know. We are a sixth done with this year. Thank God.
That's a sixth done. Oh, yeah. Okay.
2/12.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. 8 weeks. 8 out of 52.
Would you say, like, because I feel like there's a point in the year when you realize you're not thinking of the year as like the last. I feel like I always hit this point where I'm like, oh, it's 2026.
It's usually by March.
I feel like March is where it starts to really sink in that we're stuck in this particular time at this particular moment. You know?
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 2026. It's starting to feel that way. I think I'm almost there. So maybe by actual March, because we're obviously recording this in advance.
That's
then
right.
I'll feel
Yes.
that
We're
way.
still in the thick of not understanding our time and place in the universe right now. So bear with us, please, as we read you these listener tales.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody who wrote something in whenever you chose to. Could have been yesterday, could have been 9 years ago.
Yeah, no, but that's the fun roulette of this particular game we do.
We'll
Yeah.
never know. But luckily we did we reached out to Patreon or to our patrons. I always forget how to
Mhm.
actually say that. For a topic request, we had thank you Eva for picking the request. Anyway, the topic this week or this month is full moons. Love that. And that was suggested
Mhm.
by, oh my gosh, who was it suggested by?
B.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scream.
No, I couldn't find it in time. Thank you, B. Great topic suggestion. I'm surprised we have not covered full moon
I'm
stories.
shocked we haven't done any sort of lunar because, well, as we record this, yesterday was the new moon, and yesterday signified the start of our entry into the year of the fire horse.
Mhm.
And so it was a big astrological time, and I just kept thinking about it, but it never occurred to me to do stories about the moon. That's so fun.
Yeah. I do you have a favorite phase of a moon?
Yes, thank you for asking. People don't ask that enough.
I know. If it were a first date, I would ask.
I'm really into a waxing gibbous, is what I'll say.
I would be so basic and just say full moon.
Oh, I see. Well, I do love a full moon. I think the excitement of the waxing is that it's becoming a full moon. So it's like, ooh, almost any day now. Here comes the full moon.
That's fun. I would have really respected that answer if it were a first date. I recently had
Imagine if it was on that MySpace quiz that we used to take.
you know
Those
what?
MySpace quizzes.
I would have been like, this bitch is crazy. I love her.
Yeah, this one is fucking nuts.
No, I had I told you I had a first friend date recently.
Yeah, how did that go?
Not good. And I asked questions like that, and I think that's not her vibe. That's okay.
Oh no!
Honestly, I think I told you this already. 5 minutes in, we both knew we did not like each other, so we just had
Wait, no,
awkwardly.
you've not told me this. When would I have heard about this?
I feel like I said the whole thing on the podcast at some point, but no, we realized
when we last
we did not
spoke,
like each other.
Wow, no, when we last spoke, I believe that you had just committed to the friend date. I don't think
I
I
see.
even heard the aftermath at all.
No, I've had a few friend dates recently, and a lot of them have gone very, very well. And this one was a real stink fest. But neither of us liked each other, so it was fine. Like,
But and I feel like part of that is like, oh, that feels like, okay, at least you're secure in knowing like, oh, that's just not for me.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like it, because I feel like when in your 20s you're trying to figure it out and you're like forcing friendships, or you're like, oh, this is the kind of person on paper I would, but like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
I think it was one of those situations where I've never had this before. I'm sure others have and can say that this is a normal feeling, but we had incredible texting energy for like 2 weeks before we hung out.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
And then after the dinner, we both ghosted each other. And honestly, the only feeling I had was thank God, because I did not want to have to like play this out, you know?
No. Wow. Okay. So it's a mutual ghosting. Listen, I'm all
Yeah.
mad respect for a mutual ghosting in my humble Gemini flighty opinion.
It's
you know?
because it was mutual. If I was really feeling it, but neither of us were. I knew I could smell it on her that she was not feeling it
and that's
either.
gonna just amplify it in your own. You know, it's just gonna be like a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point. You're like, okay, we both know what's happening.
It was like, I'll never see you again.
Well,
after
I'm
this
sorry
dinner.
to hear that. That's a bummer. But,
No,
you know,
that's fine.
they can't all be winners, you know. And then also, like, when you have something like that, you're like, oh, see, that makes like the friends I have made like that much more of a
Yeah, no, I
legit
think
connection.
the other friend dates I've been on, they went so well that I think this one was fine.
It
If
was bound to
all
have a
of them
little,
were like
yeah.
this, I'd start having
Yeah,
my
yeah, then you'd be
doubts.
like, "What's going on?" Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, I think one of the reasons she didn't like me is because I asked fuck ass questions like that, where I was like, "What's your favorite type of moon?" I think she was like, "I don't know and don't
Like,
care."
this is not for me. Wow, really? I'm surprised
Yeah.
by
She
that.
wasn't quirky. She was like normal.
She was n oh, see, that's not for me either, but
I wanted the weirdo. I wanted a
yeah.
weirdo. Anyway, it's okay. You're not weird, I guess, if you're listening to this.
Yeah, I
Congratulations.
guess if you answered with your favorite moon and didn't say, that's not for me, then maybe you and Em would be friends. If not, it seems like it's not gonna match, but that's okay.
It's okay. We learned a lot about each other. I learned you don't have a favorite moon, but I learned you have a favorite moon, and
Thanks.
that's why this works. I'm telling you. I anyway, that's how did we get here? Oh, moons. That's the topic of today.
The silly thing is you can just say full moon and you would have been like, that's a great answer. It's not like you have to come up with something crazy like a waxing gibbon. Like you don't need to make a show of it, like a spectacle like I do, about everything. So like you could just say full moon and then it's like, okay, that's an open way to answer that question. I
What
don't know.
what shape is a waxing gibbous? What does it
So
look
it's
like?
where the oh my god, my brain. I'm like trying to because I learned it where with the X and then I think of it as prescription. Never mind. It really doesn't make sense when I say it out loud. Um,
It's okay. I'm with you. I'm
it's where
trying.
it's getting bigger. It's
Is it
not
like
waning, it's
is it like
waxing.
where it's almost a full circle, but there's like a little chip that hasn't
Yeah,
begun
it's
yet?
it's growing into a full moon. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the toenail looking one?
That's a crescent.
I like her.
That's a crescent. A toenail one is really very like mystical too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Okay,
Mhm.
good to know.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell the first story since
Oh, thank you so much. Man, you are just like such a gentleman today. Like,
really I feel like I just keep talking and not shutting the fuck up.
no, you're like, what kind of moon do you like? Hey, why don't you go ahead? I don't
Oh,
know. It's really
please.
listen, here I go on my red carpet. Okay. This is from Ryan, he, him. Love that for all of us.
Love that.
The subject of this is everything has a ghost, even the moon. Okay, I love this already so much.
This is what I wanted at that
Hello.
dinner, I'm telling you.
That yes, exactly. And you know what?
A ghost
Some
on a moon?
people just have no taste.
I know.
I hope you all are doing fantastic. Your stories have become a lifesaver on my commute to work every day, and I have a story I think you might be interested in. This happened a little under a year ago while I was driving home from grad school. The drive is about 3.5 hours and takes me through very rural cornfields of the Midwest. It was the dead of winter and the turn of the new year, so the sun was setting very early in the day. Oh, good. And you're in the middle of a fucking cornfield. This is going to go super great.
Couldn't start the story better.
Yeah, nothing bad, nothing good can happen from here on out. On this specific drive, I was not able to leave until the sun had already set, so the whole drive was going to be in the dark. I had done this drive a good amount of times by now and knew the route by heart, but I still use a navigation app just to be extra cautious. Smart. Half an hour into the drive, the night was completely upon me and the moon was shining full and bright. I could see car lights in front and behind me. I passed a few cars every minute or so, and it felt good knowing there were other people on the road, although ever since I left, I had this strange feeling. When people talk about having strange feelings, they usually say they feel it in their stomach or gut, but this was different. I felt it in my hands.
Oh, I've never had that.
Interesting.
Have you had that?
I feel a lot of things in my hands, but over the years I've learned I think it's like a trauma response.
A circulation issue.
It's a circulation issue. I've got restless leg syndrome. It's on
In my fingers, yeah.
No, I think it's like a trauma response. So I don't know, but I remember when we first started doing the show, like I would talk about how I would feel like my left arm would start tingling,
Yeah.
and you were like, "You're having a heart attack."
See, it's medical, surely.
Anyway, so
Interesting. Okay.
but I don't know where we're going with this, so I don't know if that's the same or not. But
Okay. If it ends with him in a hospital, then we know.
yeah, that's true with circulation issues. Yeah. Okay, I felt this in my hands, and the feeling was heavy, like anchors trying to slow me down.
Hmm.
I figured I was probably just getting a little tired and focused on driving. While most of the drive is straight through cornfields, there is one area where I have to drive through a patch of trees and over a bridge before taking a hard curve north. I remember it so well since it is one of the only spots where the road takes such a hard turn. I was approaching the trees and the feeling in my hands became heavier. I kept peering down at them and tried stretching out my fingers to make the feeling go away. Suddenly, I was at the turn and had to focus on going around the curve. The trees blocked my view of the sky, and any headlights in front or behind me were cut off as well. As I came out of the curve and the last few trickles of trees, I knew something was wrong. I didn't know what it was at first, but I soon looked up at the sky and could not believe what I was seeing. The moon had grown what seemed like 5 times its normal size.
Ugh, oh my god. So the sky is the moon. You're just in the
I'm
moon. What is
scared.
he like at like space traveling?
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's freaky, dude. Okay, I don't know why that scared me so much. The moon had grown what seemed like 5 times its normal size. The color and shape were the same, but its heavy, bright presence sat in the dark sky, immovable. I
Mm.
don't know the best way of explaining it, but basically, if you took a coin and held it up to the sky at arm's length, you would see the approximate size of the normal moon, but the moon I was seeing was much larger than that. It was like if you took an apple or baseball and held it up instead of a coin.
Ugh.
Ugh. I also noticed all the car lights behind and in front of me were gone.
Oh my
Stop.
god.
Doesn't that feel like simulation? Like, I don't, that's
Yeah, I feel
freaky,
like you accidentally
dude.
got dragged out of your like
Into like a different,
it's like the
yeah.
sim accidentally got picked up and brought to a different
Yeah.
house and it's like, "Wait a minute."
This one's way closer to the moon.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely have a panic attack.
Like maybe you ended up on like Mercury for a second, you know?
Yeah,
Wait,
is
no, that's the wrong.
I understood where you
That's
were
the
though.
sun. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. I meant
My thought
all
like
right.
can you astral project outside of Earth?
You can, yes.
Yikes. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
you absolutely can.
yuck. No thank
Yeah.
you for me.
Yeah, yeah, that's a no dog. Thanks. Anyway, hey, here we go. Okay, so yikes, all the lights were gone around. Let's see. The darkness surrounding me and the endless fields felt somehow darker than night. The only light I had other than the moon was from my headlights and the navigation app lit up on my phone. I peered down at the app and saw that I currently did not have any service. Oh God, oh God. This is like a Twilight Zone episode, you know? Like, oh my God.
I like it's like there's no service in space. Like and also I
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
if your car headlights are on, what is it flashing on? Because it feels like you're so close to the moon that you almost can't even it would just hit the moon. Like the lights wouldn't reflect on
Well,
anything
5
else.
times the moon's normal size, I feel like is like
I feel
you'd
like it
see it
takes up your whole
still.
vision, no?
No, I feel like if it were, well,
Like I guess I'm thinking about like the biggest moon I've ever seen at a normal scale. And then bop bop bop. I still feel like you're like driving down the road straight into the moon. Am I a crazy person?
yeah. No, I think like I'm picturing it more like it's up in the sky, but it just appears a lot bigger and closer.
I just
Because
I
I
also
mean,
like
I don't know.
tell me he stopped the car. Is he still
If
driving?
I don't know.
Girl,
Great
turn off the
question.
car. Oh my god.
Maybe I don't know. Um, yikes. Okay, let's find out. Let's see. The only light I had, well, but also he's going around this huge curve
Right.
in the middle of the night.
Ooh.
The only light I had other than the moon was from my headlights and the navigation app lit up on my phone. I peered down at the app and saw that. Oh, and he also said it's like holding up a baseball. So
Ugh.
it's like,
Oh
so
yeah.
like, yeah.
So it's okay. So you could still see other
But
things
that's
going on.
freaky, dude, to see like the moon that you see every single day. Like suddenly, I had a nightmare like that once that a planet was coming towards us. Anyway,
I mean, yeah, I would think like a meteor crash or something. You're like,
scary.
is the moon coming to us or are we coming to the moon? Ah.
Neither one's really good, I think. Okay, the darkness surrounding me. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't have any sir.
Anyway, the darkness.
Speaking in tongues. Okay. I peered down at the phone at the app and saw I currently did not have any service and my location had drifted into the middle of the fields. Okay, this is not great.
So
Because think
he
about the
was
magnet.
transported.
Think about the magnet of the moon.
Ooh.
And now your magnetism, your gravity, you're all fucked up in that way. Like you're that's so creepy, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I wondered if I should try to get off at the next exit and give myself a moment to figure out what was going on, but I realized there were no exits off the road anymore.
What?
Okay, so someone in the room in the control room is like, "Shit, we got to get him back in the like right timeline." I feel
Control
like
Alt
no,
Delete every
yeah, like
distraction.
yes, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Like don't let him get off the highway. Oh, this is so creepy, dude. Okay, I drove for maybe 15 minutes and still no other cars, exits, or even poles or buildings. Oh my God. All I had was the giant moon and the endless darkness. I was getting worried at this point, could not figure out the best move. Then, just as suddenly as before, this heavy darkness was gone. The normal night sky came flooding back in, and my eyes had to adjust. It was blurry for a few moments, and I had to slow down because it was hard to see the road. I blinked frantically for my vision to come back, and when it did, everything was normal again. The feeling in my hands was gone, the lights of other cars flickered around me, and the moon was normal size again.
Mm.
Yuck. The rest of my drive was uneventful, but I was so anxious to get home. I was too tired by the time I got home to try and figure out what happened. I just needed to get into bed. I looked at the clock and realized it took me way longer to get home than it should have.
Yeah. And I feel like the being incredibly tired happens after like being abducted or something.
Yeah, ew. So maybe that was just like a like a screen memory that the aliens put in.
I
Like,
feel
oh,
like
here's your moon.
I feel like his car was in the middle of getting beamed up, and then one of the like supervisors on the UFO was like, "Oh, not that one," and they put him back down. Like he was like half abducted, you know? It feels like he
Just
like has still kind of like the weird
that must feel really shitty though to get like rejected from an abduction. Like,
I just know you'd write a whole book about it. You'd be
I
like
would. I'm going to
like a
even
memoir.
now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna write
Ugh.
one anyway, just in case.
No, but I feel like it's something pulled him closer to the sky, it feels like, and then
Yes.
but he didn't go full abduction.
Yeah, but the fact that he was like for 15 minutes, the moon was so much closer is so weird too.
I don't know. I feel
So I'm like,
oy.
it feels like a screen memory, which is when they say they abduct you and then they put a memory in, but it's like off.
That's
Like
what
you
that's
think
called.
back
Okay.
and you're that's weird though. Like I wouldn't do that or that doesn't make sense. It's like how they perceive they just like, oh, here's your moon and your fields.
Yeah,
It's
and they
like
like the
not right.
dimensions were off.
Yeah.
I like how
Ooh.
that's like just a default video on their computer that they're like
Right? It's
putting
like a
into our brains.
screensaver or something that they're just like putting you in for a minute.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting.
Yuck. I don't know. Anyway, that feels kind of weird, but okay. The rest of my drive was uneventful. It took a full hour and a half longer than normal, the drive. The next day, my
Mm.
mom told me she tried calling me a few times, but I had no notifications of anyone calling me during the drive. Now, with more energy, I decided to try and figure out what happened. I could not come up with any good explanation other than my tired imagination somehow getting the better of me. I searched online through forums to see if others had similar experiences, but nothing was coming up. The last topic I searched for was the current phases of the moon, and I was terrified when I saw the search results. According to every source, last night the phase was supposedly a new moon, not a full
Mm.
moon.
Oh, so you're totally I feel like you're right about the screensaver
What
nonsense.
the fuck?
They're like, "Here's a moon. Don't
They
ask
didn't even
questions."
think about, yeah. Oh, the fact that you find out it wasn't even a full moon, that is so sinister. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
totally an image implanted in some way is I not to sound like a conspiracy crazy person, but it
That's
feels
my gut, man.
makes sense to me.
If it was a new moon, I should not have been able to see it at all. Yet somehow my whole drive home, I saw a full and bright moon hanging up in the sky. I was super creeped out by this discovery, but did not know what else I could do about it. It did remind me of a story I heard from a friend in college. Their grandparents live in Arizona, about an hour outside of Phoenix. They said their grandparents believed in something called a ghost moon, some type of ethereal cosmic presence that came out during new moons and played tricks on it. I've chills right now.
That's my new favorite moon.
I'm freaking out. That's a change your answer, and I'm
Ghost
gonna
moon.
hop on the bandwagon because that's kick ass.
Yeah.
That's really gave me chills. And played tricks on anyone going out under the night sky.
Ugh.
Oh, they said to have seen it twice before, and while I did not want to believe in this folk story, I couldn't stop thinking about it for a few days after. It has been about a year since that night happened, and I try not to think too much about it even today, but there is one thing I know for certain. Whatever I saw in the sky that night, it was not the moon.
Ugh.
Oh my God. Thanks for listening, Ryan. Woof.
Horrific.
That's just terrible.
Horrific.
Sorry we immediately went alien, but that's just the only thing I could think of.
I wonder if full moon is going to accidentally become a little more UFO themed, especially because our next story is alien themed. So I feel like maybe just moon, lunar space, UFO all kind of fold into each other.
Interesting. Okay.
I know you've got 3 pets and I've got 1, but I gotta take this one over.
You got to take this one because I know this is Hank's whole deal these
It's
days,
his
huh?
whole personality. It's
Yeah.
so almost annoying. I'm like, we get it. It's like he has some secret deal with them I don't know about, but the way that
Hmm.
he's obsessed with Pets Table. Pets Table is a personalized dog food from the team behind HelloFresh. They offer both human grade fresh and gently air dried options, or you can mix both to see what your pup prefers. There's 9 different recipes. They're all formulated with a board certified vet nutritionist. My dog is obsessed with the beef and berries. When you
Uh
open
huh.
that bag, Christine, it smells like candy. I like,
Oh my
I've
God.
thought
One of
about
these days, Em's going to do a little taste test. I know it.
I've thought
I
about
know it.
I literally I use it as a topper for his other food and he'll eat around his other food just to eat that and then he'll go to bed. He's like, "I'm done. I've had the
He's like,
best part."
actually, you can have the rest. Here you
It's
go.
I've never seen a dog react the way that he reacts to Pet Table. It's beyond. So please, if you have a dog who is food motivated and wants to eat something
Yeah.
that smells like candy, you gotta try the Pet Table.
Help your dog live their best life with high quality food from the Pets Table. Take advantage of this limited time offer. Get 55% off your first box plus 10% off your next 2 at thepetstable.com and use code DRINK55.
That's thepetstable.com, code DRINK55. My mom and I did a late Christmas this year, and she sent me
Cute.
some very wonderful things. But one of the things that I have sent her way is a Lola blanket. If you've ever heard me describe my mother as a combination of Kris Jenner and Lucille Bluth,
Right. Right.
that type of person would like this
High
blanket.
standards. Yes,
It's so luxurious.
it is.
She'll have no idea where I got it from. Just know that I got it from Lola Blankets. Everyone, everybody else, mom, don't listen. But Lola is the world's #1 blanket. It's crafted with ultra soft luxury vegan faux fur. My mom's not gonna know it's vegan or faux. She's
What animal did you kill for this?
who did you poach this from? And a signature 4-way stretch that sets it apart. It's machine washable, which is
Uh-huh.
even more wonderful. It's double hem for durability and stays flawless. No pilling, no shedding.
Yeah, yeah. I use it in Leona's room for when I have to sleep on the floor.
I bet.
For a limited time, our listeners can get 40% off select Lola Blankets products with code DRINK at checkout.
Just head to lolablankets.com and use code DRINK to get 40% off your order.
After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know we sent you. Wrap yourself in luxury with Lola Blankets.
Our next one is from Mare, who uses she, her pronouns. Thank you for normalizing pronouns. And the subject line is Little League Alien, which is precious.
Okay.
And Mare says, I grew up in a rural area of upstate New York near Rome, and we spent a lot of time being little degenerates at a little league field about a quarter mile from my house and my cousin's house. My cousin, myself, and other neighborhood kids always felt like something was kind of off there. One time, when my cousin and I were 12 to 13, we were chasing each other through the woods around the little league field with airsoft guns. The sun was getting lower, so I yelled to my cousin that we needed to get home and ran out of the woods. I thought he showed up right up ahead of me, but he came out of the woods on the opposite side of the field. We were both so confused, like, wasn't I just chasing you through the woods? And yet they came from
Mm.
different areas.
Yuck.
He and I both said we were chasing each other, but clearly not because we weren't anywhere near each other. Doppelganger ghost children.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
Can't stand that. We convinced ourselves that maybe we were both chasing deer or something that we never felt right, but that never felt right because we had grown up in these woods and knew the difference between 4 legs and 2 legs.
I would think so. I would think so.
4-legged or 2-legged sounds. Sorry. Also, probably different amounts of legs.
Also, a deer and a person. Yeah.
About 10 years later, I was at the same little league field with my then boyfriend, and we were just hanging out in
Ooh.
a new relationship, being all cute and gross. And it was a full moon, very bright, and an almost cloudless sky, which is rare in upstate New York. We were just bullshitting, looking at the stars, when we saw someone come out of the woods where there was an entrance to a little trail. It was around midnight, so anyone out and about was likely to be one of our friends. They looked like our buddy John, so we started shouting, "Hey man, hey John, what's up?" We didn't get any answer and we're getting a
Yuck.
little creeped out. Ugh.
Yuck. Yuck.
My boyfriend started walking towards the person to see who they were, because in a rural area, everyone knew each other. And the person still wasn't responding to anything we were saying, and I was kind of freaking out. So I grabbed a big stick and went towards with my boyfriend.
This is like how horror movie, like this is the most horror movie. Like, don't go over there, but like in the moment, you're like, it's John.
Ugh. And you know what's
Ugh.
even creepier about that too is that it feels like whatever this creature is grew up with them. Like it's still not playing like little kid
Ew.
version of them. It's like it knows their new ages. Does that make sense?
Yuck. Okay, wait. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, that's horrible.
Because I feel like if 10 years ago you remember chasing your 10-year younger cousin, and all of a sudden it looks like your friend who's probably the age you are now,
Oh, I didn't even put the cousin thing together. It just occurred to me. Okay. Oh, that's bad, Em. That's just gross. That's gross.
and if it so it must have known you were there and known to like to morph into something you would recognize.
And chase after and
Ugh.
walk towards
Or maybe since this is a small town and everyone knows everyone, maybe he just picked a random person in town that day
to like imitate.
and you just
Yeah.
happened to recognize the person. Ugh. Anyway, okay. We were so we have a big stick. We're going with the boyfriend
We
over.
have a big stick. Good, good.
We were inside the little league field and the person was on the outside of the fence. We got to about 10 feet away from them and there's this full moon just shining down on all of us. The boyfriend is asking the dude if he's okay and we get no answer. They had on what looked like khaki shorts and a beige hoodie with the hood up. They look up and all we see is this dark face with a
No,
long curving nose that
no.
almost looks like a beak and
Ah,
enormous black eyes.
what?
We grab each other, totally freaked out, thinking, what the hell am I looking at? And while we're looking at this, it changed shape from a human figure with a weird ass face to a signpost.
Hey.
Hey. So I think I'm religious now.
Yeah, I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm upset.
Hey, so now every signpost I see in my fucking town, I'm gonna be like, I don't recognize you. I'm
What
gonna
about
start
the
tapping
sign
it.
you what about the sign you have in your house?
Don't even with me.
Just kidding.
Like a picket sign on a wooden stake. It literally went from a person to a fucking
And
street
not
sign.
even a person, like a person to a demon to a street sign.
Every time I
Ugh.
ever hung out with John ever again in my life, I'd be like, fucking reveal yourself to me. I don't know what's
Literally.
going on.
Reveal yourself, John.
Oh my
I
god.
know your secrets, John.
It never occurred to me that aliens, I mean, I in my mind they morph into people that we know or like critters. It never occurred to me they would also just turn into like inanimate objects
That's
that you
like
would walk right
such
the fuck past.
that's like Puckwudgie energy.
Oh
Because
my
it's like, oh, I'm
god.
gonna turn into a signpost and like turn you around and get you all mixed up.
Very few stories really freak me out these days. This
Yeah,
one,
that one got you.
we freaked the fuck out and got out of there, obviously. We had to go on part of the trail through the woods to get
Ew,
back
but
out
the
of the
fact that they
car.
both saw it, sorry, the fact, like, I feel like one person's brain can turn something into and like scare you and like make you misremember, but like the fact that two people both at the same time were like, that just turned into a signpost.
I would be like,
Oh my God.
I would almost and yet still be afraid to like, because like if the boyfriend is someone like I'm dating Allison,
Right.
Allison would find any logical reason to not believe what she just saw. I would still be scared to be like, you saw that, right? That thing became a fucking
Yeah.
street
Yeah.
sign because
Yeah.
she would gaslight the shit out of me so that way she could protect her own sanity.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of us probably would try to fucking protect our insanity.
So I feel like I wouldn't even say anything to my own partner. I'd be like, okay, I think I just snapped it and nobody else saw that.
Would you run though?
Yeah, I'd run. And then I'd have to explain myself later. I don't know what I would do.
But no, I mean, I feel like if there was a person that that like your partner was talking to, and then all of a sudden they were just gone, and there was a sign there instead, like
I'll
he
have to
clearly, yeah, wow,
I'll have to check with Allison and see what she would do in this situation. But that like truly for the rest of time, I first of all, where's your phone? Take a picture. Take a picture. Because one day that street sign's not gonna be there. But then I guess people could say, oh yeah, they just took the street sign out of the ground. I don't fucking know. I have no idea what I would do. I'm panicking. I wasn't even there.
Honestly though, and also like the threat that would pose in the immediate moment, you probably wouldn't take a picture. You'd probably be
That's
like,
true.
"Fuck this,"
And I wonder, was that like a silent warning of like, you didn't
right?
see me, stop talking to me? Or could it not even hear us and thought it was just like going, like, why
Yeah,
would it do that in front
ew.
of you and not say anything?
Yeah, what was the point of that?
Like, wouldn't you just morph into a bird and fly away and get out of the situation? Like, why are
Yeah,
you
it's
turning into something that's just going to stand there in front of our faces and not say anything to us?
maybe it's that thing we all say like, "Oh, I want to crawl into a hole and die," or like, "I wish the earth would swallow me up," and he just like turns into a signpost. He's like, "I just bury myself right here."
I like, what would have happened if she like tapped on the street sign and be like, am I crazy? I thought that was a fucking
Probably
person
she
for
would
a
never
second.
hear this fucking story because she'd probably be gonzo. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, is this thing violent? Like, was this like your last warning to step away, or like, would it have hurt you? I have no idea.
I mean, it had like black giant eyes and like a beak
Oof.
nose. I feel like it can't be that lovely.
Man, we
Bye. I don't like it at all.
we didn't even say a word to each other until we were about 10 minutes back into the drive back to our apartment. I know it sounds crazy and unreal, but I have never been so terrified in my life. That's not crazy or unreal. I would also be scared. And I would go to a third place first, like how we went to Denny's. I'd be like,
Yeah,
that thing's not following us home.
just trick it.
Because for all you know, his best friend turned into your car. You know what I
No,
mean?
don't say that, Em.
Just
Come
saying.
on. Oh
Um,
my god.
it would make it. That would be the first step into my journey in an institution because I'd
Like
be
to
like
question your entire everything around you,
the
right?
TV remote when I got home, this
It's an
microphone.
alien.
um, this place was truly weird. There was another time that some of my friends were there late at night and heard freaky noises coming from the woods that scared them so much they climbed on top of a concession stand. They,
Jesus.
and they called my buddy's dad, who showed up with a giant flashlight. The dad said he heard the noises like groaning and whispering coming from the woods and was so disturbed he couldn't wait to get out of there. The
Ugh.
field is all overgrown now and no one plays there anymore, at least not kids and teenagers anyway. I said trees because my thought was, of course it's overgrown. That's actually the whole family
It's
gathering
all
and
the
hiding.
aliens.
They're just all fake
They're
trees.
just weeds. Wow, that is fucking crazy.
I'll
And
never forget you, Mayor. Thank you.
I know,
And
right?
fuck you
That's
all at the same time. Awful.
haunting. I wonder what it's is it just trying to scare you, you know?
I'll
Like
never
I don't
stop
think
thinking
that's
about that.
even alien. I don't even think that's even alien. I think that's like some sort of shape-shifting
Ghoul. I don't know.
ghoul. Exactly.
I don't
Some
even
sort
know
of
what
ghoul.
creature to blame it on. I have to assume alien because it like morphs into other things, which for some reason is in the
I
alien
feel like
category for me, but
I feel like it's very like poltergeisty, like trickstery alien behavior, like to doppelganger and like
could it
not
be like
necessarily hurt you, but like scare the shit out of you. I don't know.
a skinwalker?
Yeah, maybe something like that. That's true. We did already have like a folk story in the first story of the moon, the ghost moon, which by the way, also gonna remember that forever.
This actually wow. I would like to know about these woods. Part of me is like so sick and I want to like fly to those woods immediately. Like I want to bring my
Yeah,
own
I
stop
mean,
sign or something and just like post it up and be like, "Oh, this is your buddy." Like I do something just to be like turn into this right now. I'm going to walk away and when I come back there better be two stop signs, you know? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong
you're
with
gonna
me.
tap on it and see what happens.
I would leave candy or something. I would try to appease them, but I'd be like, "Show yourself. I've heard the rumors. Let's do this."
Interesting.
Why am
I'm
I
gonna
so
stay home.
sick? Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Like in an overgrown little league field, no thank you. I don't want to invite whatever fucking energies are swirling around there. The fact that it's like this little league field and it's not even used by like it wasn't even used 10 years ago when this happened. Like clearly the energy is not right. You know, if
No.
like people are not even playing baseball games or like and it's just a bunch of teenagers hanging out. Like that it's something's off.
Part of me is like, was there something like in their small town infrastructure wise, like did they get a different field and that's why they don't go there anymore? Or
Well,
did
fair point.
everyone slowly feel like something was up and they just stopped opting to use it? You know, like I also curious about that.
Yeah, it feels like it. I mean, which I just read for the first time, so that's why it's on my mind. But like the like parts of the city you don't really go to, but like, you know, the misfit kids hang out there.
Yeah.
It just feels very Stephen King to me. Okay, now what do we have here? This is from Katie, she, her. It's called Full Moon Spirit Capturing.
Okay.
I mean, I'm fascinated by all of this. Okay. Good evening, Christine, M, Eva, and all little friends. On the last listener's cast, you asked for full moon story. Oh. Oh,
Well, then maybe we did this. Maybe we brought
in
this.
November 2020, we asked for full moon stories. Or
Mm,
maybe B just remembered for us 6 years later and was like,
maybe.
you guys never did this.
Yeah.
We'll see. On the last listener's cast, you asked for full moon stories, and I thought maybe I'll send mine in with the slim chance it'll end up in an episode. So where do I begin? I've always had the eye for spirits and things of that variety, including but not limited to auras, spirits, spirit animals, past people, and many more. I decided one day that I would try and capture the spirit of my dead cat. He died the day before in a rock which had called out to me. which called out to me. So I found a rock, bathed my crystals, and meditated in the full moonlight to try and see if I could bring him back.
Hmm.
Safe to say, I think it worked. Oh gosh, this is why I don't mess. Not I'm saying that this person's messing with it, but I know I'm not equipped to handle shit like this. So I tread with such caution because I know myself. I would slip and do something wrong or say it out loud wrong, and
100%.
then yeah, mess it all up.
100%. A sneeze. Yeah.
Totally, totally. Okay, so let's see. Safe to say, I think it worked. I'd moved my crystals and his rock inside, but didn't have them in my room because I was keeping them close to moon water in the hopes it would do something. After a while, I decided to move them into my room, and that's when things started getting weird. I moved them probably a month after him passing. Oh, okay, so this is now a month later.
Okay.
After I moved them into my room, I noticed things happening which he used to do, like the sound of him licking himself, the sound of him scratching my door, the pressure of him at my feet, and purring noises when I was drifting off. It was comforting knowing that somehow I had allowed him to stay with me a little bit longer before he decided to go. He had to be
Hmm.
put down unexpectedly. So he got to say goodbye properly like he wanted to. Oh, thanks for reading my story. I hope it gave you some kind of happiness. I have many other stories about encountering spirits of dead loved ones, but that's for another time. Just wanted to add that my 16th birthday was on a full moon, which definitely makes me some kind of a witch.
That's
I
fun.
love that. That is so fun. Thank you, Katie.
Very fun. No,
Wow.
that's a much better story than whatever the hell Nair made me read. No, that was very, very sweet.
Yeah, it's like a palate cleanser for sure.
Palate cleanser, great way to put it. Um, and thank you for waiting 6 years for that story.
I mean, really, yeah.
Appreciate you.
Okay, I'm really excited about this sponsor, Saley, because a lot of us have been there. You're looking for that sketchy airport Wi-Fi that's just not connecting and wants you to put in all this info, or you're waiting for a local SIM card in a long line somewhere where maybe you don't speak the language or you're new to the area. Saley fixes all this because you can ditch the roaming fees and significantly reduce or even eliminate those massive roaming charges with affordable local plans. But it's easy. It's not like those long lines. You install it once, you can travel everywhere. You only need to install a Saley eSIM one time. You don't need to set up a new one for every country you visit. So if you're a jet setter, the one-time thing will make a huge difference.
You used it in Egypt, you said.
Yeah, it's the best concept because you don't have to go anywhere. You can just do it from your phone, and all of a sudden you've got a SIM card. It's really cool. It really is.
One of my favorite things is that they have a built-in ad blocker that stops heavy browser ads from loading, which can cut your
Oh,
data usage by up to 28.6%. And they offer a 24/7 chat support and provide a
yes.
full refund if your device isn't eSIM compatible. Love
Yeah, it's
that.
huge.
Download Saley in the App Store or by scanning the QR code on the screen. Use code DRINK at checkout to get 15% off your first purchase. The details are in the podcast episode description box. I was never one with the bank, as they say in my house, and
Mhm.
luckily Chime is changing the way people bank because now it feels a lot easier. It's making my life a lot easier. There's fee-free and smarter banking built for you with Chime, and also with me. It's been very, very
For
helpful.
you and me. Yeah, you can forget overdraft fees, minimum balance fees, monthly fees. Chime turns everyday spending into real rewards and progress. And I love that dopamine rush of a little reward, a fun little
Hmm.
treat. Helps you build credit history. That's another big thing that Em and I have had to cross hurdles regarding.
Olympian
And
hurdles, yeah.
Olympian sized hurdles. And it's rated 5 stars by USA Today. They're trustworthy. Their customer service is great. They've got real humans there 24/7.
If you are someone who needs to go to the bank, which is I think every single one of us every now and then, please check out Chime. It has really helped us. It will help you. Chime is not just smarter banking, it is the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today.
It just takes a few minutes to sign up. Head to chime.com/drink. That is chime.com/drink.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and the secured Chime Visa credit card are provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. See chime.com/fees info. Terms apply. Limited time only. Must open the new account and complete qualifying activities to earn rewards. Advertised annual percentage yield with Chime Plus status only. Otherwise, 1% APY applies. No minimum balance required. Chime card on-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Results may vary. See chime.com for details on applicable terms.
This is from Sarah, who uses she, her pronouns. Thank you for normalizing pronouns. And the subject is laughing ghosts and the full Halloween moon.
Oh my God.
And Sarah says, let's start off by saying my home is over 100 years old, and my guest room, particularly the closet at the front of my house, is where most of the activity occurs. Yeesh. So as soon as you walk in,
Yuck. Yeah, right at the door.
I regularly smudge my home because things just get weird, and after I do, they tend to settle down. My dog also acts weird and chuffs and is on alert, and there's activity where he is usually a sleepy loaf. Um, After a while, I noticed that the increase in activity coincided with the moon cycle, with the most activity being when the moon was full.
Oh my god.
But this
That's
particular,
so cliche. I fucking love it.
I know it's like, what is this on a? Are you on live on a sound stage or something?
Werewolf. Yeah.
But this particular story takes place on Halloween of 2020. Oh, bad year. That the
Bye.
energy was crazy. When the moon was full, blue, and a harvest moon.
I remember that.
So one could say I was screwed from the get-go. And you're stuck in your house because you're quarantining, I'm sure.
Oh, and probably children are showing up unannounced and you haven't even seen people, you know what I mean? Like trick-or-treaters. Oh god.
That's totally right, Christine.
Oh god.
Nothing worse than just children appearing at your door. Ah!
I mean, we can all agree on that.
So the week leading up to Halloween / the full moon, I started hearing stuff in my house that would make me wake up in the middle of the night. This was fairly typical, but usually at this point I would smudge my home and off I go. But a friend of mine who senses stuff was coming over for Halloween, so I left it to see if she noticed anything. I love that. You're like, I'm gonna see if this girl has an
That's
opinion
kind of
at all.
awesome.
I feel
That's
like I
kind of
would do that
awesome.
with you. I'd be like,
Yeah, you totally would. We both would, I think. And I wouldn't be able to pull it off, but I'd mess it up. But yeah, that
I'd
would be
be
kind of a fun experiment.
I'd be waiting nonstop for you to go, what the hell is going
You'd
on
be
in this
like,
house?
yeah, you'd be like looking at me a little too intently, I think.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, why are you staring at me?
Yes.
I'd probably notice your energy more than I would notice the energy of the house.
Yeah, I would be the weird activity. As the week continued on, things became more and more intense. One night, the sound of someone walking around was so loud and clear that I searched my home for an intruder to find nothing.
I mean, and that's so scary because you're
Ugh.
like about to call the police, and it's like you'll regret not calling the police if someone has broken into your home, obviously, you
Yeah.
know, but you'll regret calling the police if it's a ghost, and like that's also a rough. I don't
Oof.
know, man, that sucks.
Then the next morning, as I was getting ready for work, I saw the reflection of a human shadow walk behind me in my window.
That's where I draw the line. Absolutely, where I draw the line.
Ugh, I am so lucky, and I hope that it stays this way. But like, this house came with like no bad vibes, which I love.
So good.
But like I never think that there's a ghost in the house, which is so wonderful. If you're out there and you're keeping quiet, please keep being quiet.
To keep it up.
Keep it up. But if I moved into a house and all of a sudden, every full moon or so, there's just humans walking around, I'd be like, this ain't gonna work for me. Like, this is
It's
not
just if I start seeing things in mirrors, like that is where I absolutely.
it. Ugh,
I think that's where I would freak. Like that's where I
Agreed.
would really freak out.
Agreed. And my favorite part is Sarah then said, but I was in such a rush, I just ignored it or tried to ignore it. I'm like, there's no way. I would be sitting in my driveway looking at all my cameras inside my house, being like, is it there? Is it there?
Paranoid. Yeah, I would turn paranoid.
So it's Halloween Eve, and my friend leaves around 11. I was hanging out I would ask your friend to stay through 3 a.m. I'd be like,
100%.
what the hell?
You're not leaving.
Sleepover, bitch. I was
The
hanging.
vibes are weird, and I don't care. You're staying here for the rest of the night.
Maybe your friend intentionally left at 11 and was like, this is
Was
too
like,
fucking crazy.
I don't know about this anymore. Yeah.
I was hanging out on my bed with my dog with the lights on, and I start to hear movement in the hallway and kitchen, which was odd because it usually only happens after I've fallen asleep. So this thing's getting
I don't
cocky.
like this. Yeah, it's expanding its own boundaries.
Ugh. As time went on, the noises became louder, and after about 20 minutes, the sound of something pacing up and down the hallway outside my bedroom was continuous.
The fact that it was building up to that, like it was like, here's what I want the end result to be: pacing outside of this person's bedroom. And then it has to build gradually over time. Like that gives me the heebie-jeebies, dude.
Like momentum. It's like, it's
Yeah.
intelligent. Ugh. And the dog, by the way, seems to just be goddamn chilling. Where is this dog?
Ugh.
The array of noises coming from my kitchen and guest room were also increasing, and it was loud. Then all of a sudden, this loud scurrying noise came from under my bed and ran towards my closet. It sounded like a giant rat.
No.
My dog started freaking out, thank you,
Oh.
but couldn't find or smell anything. And then 10 minutes later, there was a loud knock on my bedroom door.
This is a horror movie.
Needless to say, me and my dog had resolved to not sleep that night, sitting petrified in each other's arms. The walking and the loud noises continued, and after an hour, finally slowed down. It finally slowed down and came to a stop. I was able to turn out the lights without pooping myself. Why would you even try? I would never turn the lights off again. and me and my dog were finally able to fall asleep. The noises picked
Jeez.
up in the middle of the night, but I was just trying to sleep because fuck this. That's crazy because I would have gotten myself a dog-friendly hotel that minute.
I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what I would have done, but I think I would be way too scared to fall asleep. But I don't know. I mean,
And I would have climbed out of the window too because who's knocking on my door?
I would not have gone out the door, I don't think.
I imagine in that moment you have keys on you at all moments. Like you don't leave your keys in the living room on a night where you know they're going to be knocking on your door. Oh, I hate this.
This is so scary, dude. I'm freaked out.
So the morning comes and I immediately smudge my house, but I knew I would need to do it again because something still felt off. But I continued with my morning because I can't stop for every paranormal entity that walks into my life. Wow,
Yeah.
you stand alone, babe.
I was like, it would have taken over.
If I ever texted Christine, I can't record today. I have to absolutely cleanse my house. That would be well understood, I think.
I would be like, actually, just FaceTime and I'll record it for
Yeah,
us
for Patreon,
for the episode. Yeah.
I was listening to music in my room and on the shitty little speaker, and I laughed at something. And 2 seconds later, my exact laugh came through the speaker like an echo. And this is where I drew the line because now it's
No.
copying her. Me and my dog got the fuck out of there and went to my mom's for the rest of the weekend. My mom has spent an exorbitant amount of time studying different facets of spiritualism, and I told her what happened. She immediately went on to cleanse my house from afar, having me draw out the rooms of my house. Even when I was drawing the house, I could feel like whatever was there was influencing me because for the life of me, I could not get the proportions or the layout of my
No.
house right.
No, it wants you to do it wrong. Oh, God.
Weird, especially considering it's a square house.
Oh, my God. Stop.
That makes me think like it was almost like channeling you and making you draw the original blueprints.
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
Because if it refused to let you draw what's currently there, and it usually stays in one part of the room and not like maybe an addition from later.
I was thinking it was trying to influence the floor plan so that the mom couldn't cleanse the space where it was hiding.
That's worse.
Yeah.
So it could stay in the house.
Yeah, so it could like have its little creepy corner. Fuck this big time, dude.
Once I
No
drew the
thanks.
house, oh my God. Once I drew the house, she said she was able to clear it, focusing a lot of time on my guest room. She said it felt okay and that she would check it again at night. Lo and behold, when she checked it that night, she said that activity had drastically picked up. Oh, mom did it wrong.
Mom, help.
And that she suspected there was a portal in my guest room.
Aha.
Okay. As
Yeah,
it says
because the
here.
full moon is opening the portal. Duh.
Anyways, happy days. She cleansed the space again, and things have been fabulous
Wait,
since.
that's absolutely what was happening at that fucking baseball field.
You're right.
They're just like, it's like inviting bad energy. It's like inviting anyone, but like bad energy can probably get through there and just show up and like scare you and harass you.
Sarah,
Ugh.
that was a horrible story. I actually,
I'm
for a moment, forgot about Mare.
scared.
You know what?
Wow. Oh my God, that was fast. Wow. Wow.
I don't like either of your lives. That sounds really, really scary.
Like either of your lives.
I'm so sorry you have to go through that. I really,
Leave us out of it.
please.
Oh my God, I'm really actually kind of creeped out. Okay. There's something about portals that feels so. Oh, and the full moon, the new moon, I do know is a portal. Or no, sorry. Eclipse season is a portal, I believe. And we are in an eclipse season right now.
Excellent.
But
I wonder if Sarah's guest room is doing okay.
No, not in that way. I hope. Yeah, seriously.
Imagine Sarah leaves and a new family moves in. They're like, "Oh, we have children. That old guest room will be the kids' room." Oh my God, those kids are gonna.
A nursery or something?
They're
Like,
gonna write to
no.
us one day. I feel like.
Jeez.
Wouldn't it be crazy if after all these years, two different people have written about the same location? They just both happen to live there at different times.
That. I wish there was a way to categorize that somehow.
I wish.
That's so
I
cool.
wish. We just have to read everybody's census records. That's all.
Yeah, that's easy.
Call the government. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Get them on. Hey, Eva, get the county auditor on the phone, on the horn. Okay, this one is from D, pronouns they, them. And it says, wine stealing UFO.
Oh my God, Christine stole a UFO?
Ah! They better not come to my house because I need that.
That sounds like Xenon so far. Wine stealing.
Sure does. Sure does. She's like, I'm not drinking it. I'm just taking it home with me.
Yeah, in my stomach. Yeah.
Yeah, in my stomach. Hello, and that's why we drink family. I've been listening to the podcast for years, and it kept me sane through some long night shifts. I never had anything interesting to share, however, until M covered the Moringa and Mirasol abductions. I don't like all this abduction talk. It's really
I
freaking me
told you
out.
the UFOs and the aliens were going
Yeah.
to get involved in
No,
this.
you're totally right. I was talking to my grandma after listening and randomly asked if she believed in aliens since they were on my mind. And I got a very enthusiastic yes as a response and a story to go along with it. So now I'm telling you about how my grandma's brother in law got abducted sometime in the mid 80s.
Oh my.
She wasn't present at the abduction, but she witnessed the aftermath firsthand, and it was enough to convince her that aliens are real.
Oh my God, that's crazy that you don't even witness an abduction, but just the symptoms of one. And you're
Just
like,
the aftermath.
yikes. Okay.
Oof. But you know how you hear that when people say, like, oh, as the police officer who interviewed him could tell, like, he was really terrified or like
Something
they
was
were,
off.
yeah, something was actually wrong. Oh, that gives me the creeps. Okay. My grandma's sister lived and still lives on the outskirts of a small town. One day while my grandma was visiting for the summer, her brother-in-law and a friend of his took the train to the nearest city to go help a friend with house renovations. They stayed the whole day and only caught the last train home, arriving back in town well past midnight, carrying a bag with 2 bottles of homemade wine and another with some food that they'd gotten as a thanks for the help. Food and alcohol as a thank you is common practice where I'm from.
Okay.
And where I'm from, and I love that for all of us.
Same.
Now the train stop in that town is actually outside of the town, and there is about a kilometer's walk to their house along a road surrounded by grain fields with no streetlights on it. They put up lights later, but the 80s didn't care much about that. What happens next is my grandma's retelling of what her brother-in-law explained happened to them. The night was clear and the moon was not full, but as they walked,
Girl, just say it.
a second full moon suddenly appeared low in the sky
What?
in front of them. It started growing bigger. Okay, I'm like now I'm
The
really
sky
freaked
is a
out.
simulation. I kind of believe that, like, maybe we're not in a simulation, but the sky is. Like, I
There's
don't.
got to be something happening here. Don't like
That's
come
some
on,
Truman
people.
Show shit. Or like
Yes.
the aliens had a big projector, and I think they were trying to cast something on the moon, and they missed. You know.
Or it's like their UFO and they're like, we'll just disguise it as a moon. They won't know any better. And it's like, we're not that stupid, you
Like,
know.
we're pretty dumb. You could have
Like,
put
we know
anything
what
else.
you could have literally put like a giant bird and we would have been confused. But the moon, I usually know where that is.
They honestly could have put. They could have just been a UFO. We would have
Been
fell
less
for it.
alarmed, probably. Yes, than like the giant moon. That's a good point. That's such a good point. Ew, but like now I'm freaked out that this is a thing happening multiple times. This giant moon showing up.
Oh
I don't
my.
like this.
Oh
I
my.
don't like this one bit. Okay. As they walked a second full moon, I hope we're not freaking out, Ryan. Probably we are. Okay. A second full moon suddenly appeared low in the sky in front of them. It started growing bigger again, it's not a full moon, but a full moon appears. Yuck.
Mm.
They realized it was coming at them at a great speed. This is my dream I had one time. The light got
Dream
it
or
was.
nightmare.
Well, okay, fair point. The light got so bright it hurt to look at, but he couldn't close his eyes. Then he felt something grab him by the shoulders and pull him up into the light. Last he sees in the light is a big X-like shape coming into view as he's taken. Next thing he knows, oh, I wonder if that's like underneath, like the lights.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Next thing he knows, he's waking up on the grass on the side of the road, covered in sweat and with his shirt missing, but his vest on and buttoned. See, this is that
I'm
shit
gonna
that I don't
throw
like.
up. Like that's
This is terrible. His friend was on the asphalt in a similar situation, although I don't know if he was missing any clothes. They were shaken and a little disoriented, but managed to get up. The bag of food was scattered some way down the road, while the only thing remaining from the bag with the wine was the bag itself. The bottles were nowhere to be found. The two made their way back home only to discover it was nearly 5 a.m. They had lost about 3 hours. Oh my God. Just like that guy, just like Ryan lost an hour and a half
yeah.
on a commute through fields, empty fields.
It's also weird that this is very similar to the moon, like a different image of a moon appeared, or it's like it feels like the same computer
Yes, it
file
does.
on that last UFO.
100%.
It feels like the
100%.
same memory.
The same screensaver, just like reappearing.
Yeah.
Oh God, this gets even creepier. Okay, they lost 3 hours. They told their story, and my grandma's sister didn't believe it, claiming they were making up an excuse for finishing the wine and getting drunk. But my grandma swears they were completely sober and obviously very distressed. In the morning, the brother in law insisted on taking them to where it had happened, but only a few minutes under the sun made a nasty rash breakout on any exposed skin they had. So they had to go back in. The rash stayed for several days, and he was feeling sick the whole time. I think that's like what, radiation
Radiation?
poisoning? He never spoke about what happened after that first night, claiming he felt like if he did, they'd come back. And I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that like they don't want to bring it up because it's going to draw them back. Oh,
My fear
God.
is more ET based, where it's like I would be afraid that the government would come get me.
Oh, yeah,
And
that too. I
and now I'm
mean,
being tested on. But like I would I feel like if I had a rash, I would love to know
mhm.
what the medical chart said was because if it wasn't radiation, what if it was like some lotion they put on me or something that is not of this earth. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. That's so
I
creepy.
know, but it's hard to imagine a dude in the 80s going to the doctor and being like, an alien put this on me.
Yeah, right, right. Or like, hey, can you tell me where this rash came from? And hopefully they would be able. I don't know. I have no idea,
But
but
yeah,
it's all horrifying.
the rash stayed for several days. Yeah, he didn't talk about it ever again because he felt like if he did, they'd come back.
Mhm.
It was enough for my grandma to become a believer, though. She and her sister did go to look for the wine.
I like that.
I love it. They did go to look for the wine eventually, but found nothing. Maybe they were just flung somewhere in the fields, but I like thinking that the aliens developed a taste for homemade red. Thank you so much for reading, and thank you for making an amazing podcast. Love, D. Wow. That's quite a tale.
Um, Shocking. That's very interesting
And this
to
is the stuff that like entire movies are based off of. Like this is like a story you've
you
got
could
here,
sell
D.
the rights
Still
to
your grandpa, great uncle, brother-in-law, whatever,
yeah.
rights to his story.
I um I feel like we don't get a lot of people who witnessed I feel like we get stories from people who either claim that maybe they um had like a mini abduction happen to them or they lost a lot of time and they don't remember what happened. But it's interesting to get a message from somebody who is like the second rung.
Yeah.
Like I witnessed
Yeah.
someone who was. I would love to hear more stories like that from people of like this didn't
Oh
happen to me,
yeah.
but I saw firsthand how scary this can be.
And I witnessed like just how real it in the aftermath, like how real it was for yeah. Ooh, that's intriguing, Em. I like that.
Yeah, maybe a future topic.
Yeah.
We have one last one, and this is very interesting, and I'm nervous to tell this one because this is apparently a submission from the Cryptids Unscripted Poetry Slam,
Oh God. Okay.
which we did not have
Okay.
a Cryptids Unscripted this year,
No,
but
this year we did not.
I'm glad that this will be our little taste of what could have been. This is
Yeah.
from River, who uses they them pronouns, thank you for normalizing pronouns, and the subject line is Cryptid Poetry Slam submission. So
Love it.
and the reason I'm nervous to tell it is because I never know what like
Oh, the
rhythm or pattern they want me to say
cadence.
this in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You got
So
it, Em. I believe in you.
I don't believe in me, but I'm gonna
Just channel it. Just
we're it'll be bumpy before I figure it out. So
That's fine.
anyway, this is called Seaweed Queen of the Underworld.
Whoa.
I don't know how the full moon plays into this at all.
I
Here
can't
we
wait.
go. Through the murky nope, already messed up. Through the dark, murky waters, the kelpie swims, seaweed trailing through her mane, hooves, and fins. The time to feed is ebbing near. The full moon will shine through the skies, crystal clear.
Ooh.
From the dark seas she will rise to find a human fool enough to ride the back of this sleek, beautiful beast to join past souls sacrificed for a feast. She hears her victim walking along a path nearby, whistling along, not knowing he's about to die.
Oh God.
She runs full tilt through the fields and trees, her seaweed mane whipping in the breeze. The target is finally in sight. He must be tired. It's nearly night. She slows her gallop to a graceful trot. Despite her power, she's silent in her stalk. When the time is right, she steps into the fading light, and the man stumbles and gasps at such a beautiful sight. He reaches out his hand to offer his smell, not knowing he's about to be taken to a watery hell.
Oh.
She offers her back to this doomed stranger, so unaware of the depth of this danger. He climbs on with a thanks and presses his legs into her flanks. But she turns with a buck into the air, and when he grasps her seaweed mane hair, he realizes his horrible fate, a ghoulish death he can't escape. His body has become fused to hers. He feels weak and his vision blurs. The salty seawater hits him like a knife, his final thoughts racing through his life. He thrashes in panic as his lungs begin to fill. Into the hellish realm of the Kelpie, she swims down, down, down with her kill.
Whoa.
Wow.
Very
Very good,
good.
River.
My goodness. That's spooky.
Man, I like that we at least got a little poetry moment. I'm sorry that I
did
had to be the one to tell it, but it was very well done.
I loved it. I didn't know where we were going. It got so dark. Oh my goodness.
Big fan of
Big fan.
creative
Big fan.
writing, because I certainly am not that. But well done,
Very
everybody. Thank you everyone for your stories. This was a wonderful way to start March. See you April. April Fool's episode is
April
next.
Fools. Yeah, I wonder what that's gonna be.
I don't know.
I don't know. We don't have an idea yet, but yeah, write in. You can go to that'swhydrink.com and there we have story submissions there.
Maybe we could do, for April Fools, we could do like if you were pranked by a ghost or something.
I think we did that.
Did we?
do that? Maybe.
Fuck. It
sounds like something we did. I'm pretty sure. But if you have that, please send it in. That's a great story. I mean, it's still a great topic.
Sorry, everyone.
No. If we are, but maybe we didn't. But I think ghost pranks was definitely something we asked for. But
feels like something we've done.
Send them in again. I don't know.
No, thank you, everybody. And then, as you just said, you can submit things to our website, and that's whydrink.com. Yes.
Yep.
And yeah, that's it. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you for our regularly scheduled programming every Sunday. And
that's
why
we
drink.